So, great way to start the evening here at Box Hill. It is the E-race of the men's 5,000 metres from Doncaster, Jacob Timms, from Richmond, Juan Jada, from Frankston, Justin Wolseley, Diamond Valley's Damien Cusack, from Mornington, Matthew Blaschke, Richmond, David Lawson, Mornington, Michael Thomas, Collingwood, Paul Viney, Box Hill, Justin Jeffrey, Mornington, Will Pratt, Box Hill local, James Baumgartner, from South Melbourne, Ross Pentland, from Doncaster, John Curry, Old Zavarians, Cameron Marshall, Melbourne University, Matthew Taylor, Mentone, Mitchell Fly, Glen Huntley, Anthony Van Eaton, Collingwood, Matthew Crawford, Melbourne University, Jerry Nung, from Richmond, Paul Leonard, from Richmond also, Tyson Kingston, rounding out the Richmond trio there, Elliot Wilcox, from Knox, Alistair O'Brien, and our field of 24 from Mentone, Chris McTaggart. Our men's E5,000 metre race. That's a nice early start here from our Glen Huntley athlete out the front of the field. And Eaton, James Baumgartner just goes through behind him. First lap, just over 70 seconds. That's 73.74. So it is Anthony Van Eaton there from Glen Huntley setting the early pace. James Baumgartner now through next. Frankston's Justin Wolseley in third on the track at the moment. Box Hill, Justin Jeffrey. Doncaster, the next athlete. Number 9, that might have been just behind Justin Pratt there. Might have been Jacob Timms from Doncaster at the moment, that front group. And then Cameron Marshall around the Adelaide group. Of course, Cameron Marshall in the old Zabs colours also does a lot of great work with Liz Gosper at IST. What about para-athletes doing a wonderful job through both the XCR season and the Athletics Victoria summer season. For those on the stream tonight, it's a very gentle breeze down the front straight at the moment here at Box Hill. I hope it'll ease off as we get further into the night. Slight headwind down the front straight. And Anthony Van Eaton there just going through 227. So 227 through 800 will give you a 1K split very quickly. And that second pack at the moment, it's a group of 5. They've just found their rhythm. Baumgartner, Wolseley, Marshall at the back of that group. And it's our Richmond athletes leading through our third pack. So it's about 60 metres Anthony Van Eaton's put on this group. It's a really solid pace there. He's going to go through in 3:06, so 3:06 for 1K. So 3:06 for 1K for our leader. Our second pack now is going to go through in 3:18. So a leader at the moment, right on that 15:30 pace. And the rest of the group tick over 16 minutes. So Van Eaton's going to do a lot of work solo tonight out in front. Stick with that second group. It remains a group of our 2 Box Hill athletes in Baumgartner and Jeffrey. In between them, Justin Wolseley of Frankston. Doncaster's Jacob Timms and Cameron Marshall still. So Van Eaton probably is going to hit some lap runners in his second kilometre. Moving along a really good click here at the moment. About an 80-metre lead now he's put on our Box Hill athletes. Some of the Deneen crew there moving nicely, just checking over the shoulder, keeping an eye on each other. Marshall still at the back of that group of 6, and then leading our second pack through now. Tyson Kingston of Richmond leads the chase pack. Alistair O'Brien of Knox. Jeremy Nung, Melbourne University. Another Melbourne University rounding out that group there of strong runners, and that's Matthew Taylor. So pack up all the Peninsula athletes, or Mornington athletes in the middle. Will Pratt, Michael Thomas, and the trio of Richmond athletes, all in that third pack on the track at the moment. So Van Eaton pushed it out to about 90 metres now. Really strong running here. Wants to show that maybe tonight he deserved to be up in a slightly higher heat. Lots of athletes had some great performances last week at the 3,000 metre milers club meet. Hopefully some of them were pushing up for a slightly higher grade. Tonight's their chance in near perfect conditions here at Box Hill to run some great season openers over 5K on the track. A lot of these athletes, of course, very good at the XCR in the winter season. 5K, slightly different job as they do 12 and a half laps. It's about that metronome, that consistency of tempo. Going past me, getting here, Justin Jeffrey with the pink socks on there from Box Hill. Baumgartner just behind him. Wolseley, fourth on the track at the moment. Timms from Doncaster, then Marshall. O'Brien of Knox. Nung of Melbourne University. The Richmond trio. Lawson and also Wilcox in that next group. Kingston just in front of them. Mentones, Mitchell Fly doing some good work there. For the first time, Anthony Van Eaton starts lapping some runners. So he's going to go through 2K now. Pace has just dropped off a little bit, so that's 6:24. So 6:24 through 2K. So it's a 3:18 second kilometre. So still on track for a 16-minute, Anthony Eaton, 16-minute at the moment he's looking at. 6:40 it is for the chase group. So the second group gone 3:18, 3:18 and 3:22. So they're looking to evenly run that sort of 16:40 tempo. A few words there between Jeffrey and Baumgartner, just making sure they're both on the same tempo and rhythm, feeling this pace, and they look comfortable at the moment. Wolseley's now found himself just a little bit by himself. He's dropped about 15 metres back from the Box Hill athletes. And Marshall and Timms still sitting behind in a good spot. So the chase group now, it is the Box Hill chase group. They've taken that gap back now down to about 70 metres. Got out to about 90, so they've taken a little bit of room off Van Eaton. Wolseley there in fourth. Timms and Marshall looking good. They've kept each other's tempo right through. That next group, the third chase group, still now headed by Alistair O'Brien. He set a good tempo right throughout this race. The Mornington pair of Blashke and also Thomas with a good tempo sitting behind them. This will be Melbourne University's Matthew Taylor. So definitely the strongest move on the course at the moment are the two Box Hill athletes in second and third. So Baumgartner gone back to setting the tempo there, helping on his Box Hill teammate in Jeffrey. It's been a great pace-setting example there. Van Eaton has a look at his watch. He's going to be nearing 3K now. We'll give you an update of that 3K split as he goes through. 9:49, so 9:49 for Van Eaton. So 9:49, the chase pack now. Going to be a tick over 10 minutes. 10:02. So 10:02 for our chase group. So they've taken about 5 seconds out in that third kilometre. They've gone 3:18, 3:22, 3:22, our second group. Anthony out in front, 3:06, 3:18, and then a 3:25. So the interest will be, as they get in these last 2K, whether the two Box Hill athletes, when they join Van Eaton, whether Van Eaton then can work with them to get that time back down. He set up a great tempo out the front. He certainly looks in good control still. A couple of watch checks as that through that third kilometre. But with less than 5K to go, now it's about holding that rhythm. Wolseley now up in fourth place, is separated a little bit further from Timms and Marshall. Nung from Melbourne University still leads that next chase group. He's just, O'Brien had been there at the front of that chase group for a long time. Nung's taken control and put about 3 or 4 metres on him. The gap's really closing now. The Box Hill athletes looking strong. On your outside with the pink socks is the first of our Box Hill athletes in Jeffrey, and the second one there is Baumgartner, the tall figure. Wolseley's coming past you now with that 1 mile to go. So famous 1,600 metres, 1 mile they've got left, our leaders. Marshall and Timms next through. So how close can we get down to that 16:30? I reckon that's sort of the time a few of these men are looking for tonight. And with 3.5 laps to go now, the gap's about 40 metres from Van Eaton back to our Box Hill duo chasing. Going past me on the front straight there now, Damien Cusack of Diamond Valley, Paul Viney, Collingwood, Pentland, of course, there from South Melbourne. And Mornington double there, of course, Michael Thomas and Will Pratt, we've already mentioned. So Van Eaton, 3 laps to go. A little bit of a grimace on the face, but he still looks strong. As I said, the test will be when these Box Hill athletes join him. Can they work and pull him along to a nice quick time here at the finish? 12:40 with 1,200 remaining. Wolseley through next. Done a good job, worked away from those next crew two, Timms and Marshall. 2 of the younger runners in this field. Marshall looks in real control there, seeing the shoulder of Timms. Nung now making a nice move. He's going to work his way up into this top 5 shortly the way he's moving through the field. Tyson Kingston next. Matthew Blaschke. But down the back straight now through 4 kilometres, you'll see our 3 leaders almost together. 13:18, 13:20. So 13:18 for Van Eaton there. So a 3:29 kilometre, 3:20. So a nice 3:18 kilometre there for the Box Hill athletes. So 3:18, they've kicked down, they've gone back to their first K time. What can they do over this last 2.5 laps? So as we suggested, our lead group of 3 have now joined each other. Van Eaton's going to get some good help here. Jeffrey just tucks in for a few paces now, decides to do the work on the outside with the 2 lap to go sign going up. Baumgartner goes past him. Van Eaton will be smart here, tuck in and get pulled along. He's done a lot of great work by himself. Down the front straight now, you got Wano Ojeda. Justin Wolseley going past. A couple of our lap runners there. Also, John Curry doing a great job. Jacob Timms goes through next with Marshall. Paul Leonard of Richmond. Jerry Nung doing a really good job there. He's going to move up into that top 5 as we talked about. Matthew Blaschke. David Lawson, the next of the Richmond runners. Mentones, Mitchell Fly going through. Alistair O'Brien of Knox, who did a lot of the early work in that pace group. Matthew Taylor, Melbourne University, goes through now with 2 laps to go. So 500 metres remain. This is a really strong run from our two Box Hill athletes here, Baumgartner and Jeffrey. They've helped each other out the whole way now. How long will they hang on? They both came in with seed times out over 17 minutes. They are on for something special here. Expect something around that 16:30 with a big last lap. Jeffrey moves away. Baumgartner tracks him. Van Eaton's done a good job. He's hanging on. So Van Eaton came with the seed time of 17 minutes. He's going to go a long way inside that. How quick, though, are our Box Hill duo going to go? Wolseley next going, looking to go sub 17 minutes as well. He's fourth on the track. Marshall, Nung. Marshall, look, he was looking good. Can he have a big last lap here? How close to 17 minutes will he go? But with 200 metres remaining, the race is on out the front. The tall figure of Baumgartner just stalking Jeffrey. So Justin Jeffrey, he's the one in front. Baumgartner, he came in with a 17:09 seed time. Jeffrey a 17:30. They're going to be miles inside this. Let's give them a bit of noise down the front straight, ladies and gentlemen. They've raced really well together. Jeffrey and Baumgartner, it's a battle appropriately at Box Hill. It's a battle of the two Box Hill locals. Baumgartner goes to the outside. He'll just take Jeffrey in a sprint finish. So Baumgartner, 16:25 unofficial. Jeffrey, just a tick over that. Great running. Van Eaton's going to finish with a really impressive time here. He'll go sub 16:45. Really strong run early. He set the race up. He gave them something to chase. And he'll be right on 16:45, in fact, for Van Eaton. Wolseley will be next through in fourth. So the Frankston athlete coming through now. He'll be inside 17 minutes. He'll be happy with that. So we've got our first four inside 17. They'll be very impressed. Jerry Nung with a really big second half. Looks really good there. Tick over 17:05. Cameron Marshall, Old Zavarians and IST through next. 17:09. Matthew Blaschke of Mornington. There's some big season's best, some personal best here from all of them. Doncaster's Tim's through next. Dashing home there, Michael Thomas. Richmond's David Lawson now through next in under 17:30. He'll be happy there. O'Brien. Mentone's Fly. Matthew Taylor, Melbourne University through next. So plenty in this field, had times in the 18s and minutes onwards. And we've got a great group through already. Well over half our field of 24. Next strong Mornington finisher there is Will Pratt. He came in with a 19:30. He'll be happy with that one. Pentland, of course, next through from South Melbourne. Diamond Valley's Cusack, just a tick over 18 minutes. Collingwood's Paul Viney through. Elliot Wilcox of Richmond with the glasses coming through next. Strong finish there from Richmond's one. Ajada, he's got a really strong finish there. He's gone just on his 18:40 seed time. Bang on it. Paul Leonard, long way inside his 19:30 there with 18:47. Couple of laps to go there. Matthew Crawford next on the track. Very popular shoe brand now. Partnered with Athletics Victoria. And we'll see some exciting things coming in the upcoming AV track season and XCR season. That's the bell now for John Curry from Doncaster. Chris McTaggart through next there from Mentone. He should be happy with that, about a minute inside his seed time. Curry of Doncaster. He's going to be bang on 21 minutes.